Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bridgit Danner with Hormone Detox Shop, and I'm here with two new friends of mine, Rodney Vestal and Bonnie Casazza from Whole Body Wellness Concepts. So I met these two about a month ago at a conference I was at, and it was perfect because I've been getting a lot of questions about how to choose a sauna and how to know which one has low EMF. And just a lot of this. I'm excited. There's so much interest in sauna. I think it's so important. And people are just wanting to make a good decision. So I talked to Rodney and Bonnie at length about the sauna that they carry, and I was very impressed with their responses and the product. I got to use it a little bit. So welcome, Rodney and Bonnie. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. That's awesome. Thank you.
And I have to give you an extra shout out because you're on the side of the road on a road trip. It's like having this Facebook Live with us. So thank you so much for that too. Thanks for stopping your trip to do that. I won't keep you too long because I think I know the questions everybody has about sauna. But maybe before we get into picking a sauna, do you guys just want to list off some of the awesome benefits of regular sauna use?
Well, the one that everybody focuses on is detoxification. And that is that. I mean, 90% of the time, that's what people are looking for. We have what we consider 6 major benefits of regular sauna use. A lot of it, the reason most people talk about detoxification only is because of the limited amount of time you can spend in a sauna. So the other things that are happening to you, i.e. creating greater circulation, a healthy fever, and we'll get into all 6 of those in a minute, but they don't happen as effectively. The efficacy of 15 or 20 or 30 minutes in a sauna doesn't allow all those things to happen with great efficiency. But again, the thing that most people talk about is detoxification.
Okay, so we can get into later how to be able to use the sauna for longer. But yeah, I mean, most people know a bit about my story that I was exposed to toxic mold, and we're going to talk about the best saunas here, but I will also just say, like, getting hot in any kind of sauna does have detox benefits that I experienced personally, even when, like, I was basically homeless because my home was all moldy and I was, like, going to a gym. So there's definitely benefits, and it's probably my number one tool for toxic mold. And there's just so many things to detox beyond toxic mold in today's culture. So I think it's really important to be able to use it. And yeah, so let's talk about your company is Whole Body Wellness Concepts. The website is pisauna.com. Tell me a little bit about your sauna, how it's different. You talked about there's 5 more things that can be benefits. Should we start there and how yours brings those into play?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's talk about the 3 great myths of sauna use, of infrared sauna use.
Okay.
One is that you have to be completely enclosed in a sauna for it to benefit you. That's not true. The truth is, infrared is systemic. It treats you on a cellular level. It as the blood flows through your body, that's where the benefits come from, not from sitting in an enclosed hot box. The second myth is that the higher the temperature, the greater the benefit. It turns out that the research shows that it's not heat, but time in infrared is where you get the greatest benefit. And the newest revelation that was just released, this huge study that was published in National Geographic, talked about that a bunch of doctors got together and said, what is this phenomenon that everybody's talking about, detoxing in saunas? Let's check. And so they took thousands of people and put them in saunas, and then checked their sweat. And they found absolutely zero toxicity. Now, they found some environmental toxins that they say might have been on the skin. But as far as finding heavy metals or any ingested industrial toxins that are internal, they found none. And so the myth that sweating produces detox is exactly that. And so what we know for sure is that your body has an incredible filtration system between the lymphatic system, the liver, and the kidneys. That's where your body's going to detox.
Okay. And
we also know that the toxins are stored in the 90% of them in the subcutaneous layer of fat just under the skin. And someone used this example: unless you're actually dripping fat through your skin, you're not going to have any toxins in it.
Okay. Yeah, that's really interesting. So one thing that's different about your sauna, although I have a personal sauna and it's not like a whole room, but yours is different because the sauna only goes up to your chest, like your mid chest.
Correct.
And you talked a little bit about how it doesn't need to be enclosed. Tell us why you have a sauna where, and we'll have to show some pictures later. It's kind of a seated reclined sauna, and your head and upper chest is out. So tell us why.
Bonnie?
So the whole purpose is to keep the heart and the brain out of the heat. Now you're not going to overheat, which is a key, because then your time is unlimited. And just like Rodney said, time is the real key to sauna use, because the longer you're in a sauna, the greater the health benefits. Everything that happens in a sauna, the better circulation, the fever. So when we have it only up to just below the heart is not in it yet, because we're taking that lower part of the body and increasing the circulation in it. We're heating your core, giving you a healthy fever. And we know fevers are the real way that you detox. So that's how this one detoxes, not using the sweat. Sweat is not bad. It's not that it is bad. It's the purpose. We want to detox 100%. We want all these toxins out. And with this, we have found such an amazing results. One of our doctors just finished a study with patients that had uranium toxicity. And so far, we don't know of anyone that's been able to get uranium out of the body, because it's a very heavy metal. It can't come out the pores because it's too large. And yet within 3 months of using this 4 times a day for an hour a day in the office, they didn't have one in their home yet, they were able to lower their uranium levels by more than half into the normal range. Unheard of, unprecedented. So we know that this is a very strong detox, but because it doesn't have the heart and the head in it, now you have the ability to stay as long as you want. My favorite is, my body likes 2 hours a day. It just does. So that's what I do. Now, do I do it all at once? Sometimes, but not always. It's all different. But the body reacts because you're improving all these different systems: the healthy fever, the better circulation, the improved immune system, the balanced metabolism. You're really giving your body and your brain the tools that your brain needs to allow your body to heal itself. That's really what our bodies are supposed to do. And that's what our sauna does so well, because it's a very mild, your body goes from the sympathetic into the parasympathetic. Let me explain those terms. Sometimes people don't understand them. I didn't before I started all this. So sympathetic is your fight or flight, and that's where most of us live. The parasympathetic is opposite that, and it's rest, relaxation, healing, and digestion. So if you have any problems with those 4 things, then you probably live most of the time in the sympathetic. because you can only be in one or the other. You cannot be in both at the same time. And most people have forgotten how to go into the parasympathetic. That's how bad it is in America. So in our sauna, because it's very relaxed, because you're not sweating, there's no stress on the heart, the brain, there's no stress at all. Your body automatically goes into the parasympathetic, and all of a sudden your body has those tools to go in and go, oh my gosh, I need to balance your metabolism. That's way off. I need to improve this and improve that. And it goes in and it starts healing the body.
Yeah, I think that's a real benefit that people don't appreciate. You sleep better, you're just deeply relaxed, and then your body is working in that ideal state. Now you said something that might have set people off. You said it's not hot, or you said something like that, but it's warm. It's just, tell me the difference about the temperature. Is it just because your head and chest are out, or is it like the actual temperature different?
Very good question. I like mine at 120 degrees. And when people hear that, they go, oh my gosh, that's hot, which yes, it is. But you would be surprised when you keep your heart and your head out of the heat, how your body does not react to it's hot. It doesn't feel hot in there. It feels warm. It feels like a big warm blankie all around you. It really does. I tease people and say, from the chest down, you're in Palm Springs, and from the chest up, you're in Newport Beach, because you still have that coolness around you, yet the warmth of the sun, because we're imitating the sun, that's what infrared is. The sun is warming that part that needs that improvement.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll post some pictures. You're kind of seated, but you're comfortable, and you have almost like a platform where you could read or do some work, right?
I use mine as a desk.
Two other things real quick. One, your hypothalamus is out, which is your body's temperature signal, right? Your thermometer. And it says, oh, I'm not hot. So even 120, 130 doesn't seem overly hot, number one. Number two, you're breathing normal air. You're not breathing that hot air, which really isn't that good for your lungs in the first place. So those are the other two things.
Other benefits. Okay, great. Well, I want to get into a few more questions that I know people are going to have. So this is a wood sauna, which I like. I think maybe you guys can talk about some of the general benefits of having wood sauna, and also the special kind of wood you're using for your sauna, which I think is the only company using it. Is that right?
No. A lot of companies use the cedar out of Canada. A lot of the difference is there's a lot of sauna companies who buy their wood from brokers, and so the wood doesn't rot or doesn't get parasites. They will often treat it with formaldehyde so that it lasts longer. Our wood is unique in that it goes directly from the forest to the kiln. It doesn't go to a broker. The company we work with actually owns the forest, and it's a sustainable forest. Just so your listeners know, it's sustainable. In other words, they plant 10 trees for they're only required to plant 5 trees for every tree they cut down, and they plant 10.
Okay. That's great. Another question that I didn't know much about till I started researching is that there's different types of heaters that create this heat or create the infrared. And that, I think that leads into my next question, that kind of affects the amount of EMF. Can you tell me, if someone wants to buy a sauna, what type of, I don't know if I'm using the right word, heater or light or whatever it is, what they should look for?
Well, gosh, that's a tougher question. You have to look for something that has low or no EMFs. There should be some third-party evidence that what they're telling you is true. If you're that concerned about it, you should probably go buy a milligaus meter so that you can measure the EMFs yourself. Our sauna, we know how much EMFs it puts out from our third-party corroboration and what they say, and it's very conservative. I mean, it's very, what they say is I mean, they give a worst case scenario. We've had people bring milligaus meters to our sauna and search and not be able to find any EMFs, not even at the electrical cord.
Okay. Okay. So you're at an expo or whatever, and they're testing it out, and
we welcome it. We tell them, bring your milligaus meters, test it. You really
awesome.
should. You should never take somebody's word that it's zero EMFs or it's low EMFs, because their definition is different. We know people where it shows with people all the time who are using products that we know are off-gassing, and that we have the studies that show what exactly the 9 chemicals that it's off-gassing, which means your body's not only breathing it, it's absorbing it. And we know exactly how high the EMFs are because, again, a third party bought the product and tested it themselves and then reported on it.
Gotcha.
So instead, we sent ours out to have it tested. So there are ceramic heaters, there are carbon fiber heaters, there are stainless steel emitters, and there are titanium emitters.
Okay.
And and it's a lot of that goes to reliability, but a lot of it goes to the EMFs, and especially with the carbon heaters, because the fewer the layers, the more the EMFs are going to get through the carbon. Whereas we use a 9-layer carbon, which literally at the heater, there are 0 EMFs with our carbon heaters.
Okay, that's awesome. So I don't want to keep you guys too long and keep our audience too long. So we can send people the website to learn more, but we are going to offer the best price you can get through me as a practitioner when you call in. So can you just talk about the 2 models and the pricing for me, please?
Vaughn?
So we do have 2 models. One is considered our recline model. That's the top line. It's a little larger than our smaller one. To give you an idea, we had our smaller one first for 5 years, and then the Seattle Seahawks came to us and wanted to use it, and they didn't fit in it. So we had to make a bigger one. So this one is 3 inches wider and 3 inches longer than our smaller one. So that's kind of the difference when you see the pictures. So the larger one will fit the Seattle Seahawks, and they are ginormous. So no problem fitting in. We've had a 7-foot person in there. So if you're wondering, will I fit? Will my family fit? Yes, on the bigger one. And they both have the same benefits.
Okay.
But the larger one has a recline, and it has tourmaline stone on the backs of the seat. And that has health benefits in and of itself. And then the smaller one is just a straight back. It's a nice ergonomic back with no tourmaline stone and a little smaller. So those are the differences. And the pricing on the Ultimate Recline, the retail price is $28.95. And for Bridgit's associates, we are offering $500 off, so $23.95. Now, you won't find that online, so that's why you have to call us. We want to give you a good price from being with Bridgit. And then on the Ultimate, the retail price is $24.95, and we're going all the way down to $18.95 on that one for Bridgit's associates. So just give us a call on those, and especially if you have any other questions, we'll be glad to answer those.
If I could add one more really quick thing, I know you want to go.
Yeah.
The reason we don't sell big ones, and the reason we are so enamored with this, is that we've talked to hundreds of people that have big saunas, and everybody says, I love my sauna, or they never use their sauna. Those are the 2 big answers. Well, what has it done for you? Well, I'm sure it's detoxed me. I'm sure it's done this. I'm sure. But we've never seen somebody get rid of Lyme disease. We've never seen somebody get rid of fibromyalgia. We've never seen somebody get rid of uranium toxicity. We've certainly never a guy bought a sauna from us that had neuropathy from his knees down and scheduled for surgery to have his legs taken off. It took him 4 months, and he sat in 4 hours a day, by the way.
Wow.
And he got it in April of 2013. By September, he was back out on the golf course and canceled his surgery. And we got a postcard from him recently on his 85th birthday that he spent on the golf course, and he still sits in his sauna every day. We haven't heard those kinds of stories from the large saunas. And since we've done all our research, that's why it's so important to us. We don't begrudge anybody for getting any kind of infrared sauna, but do your research, check the EMFs, check the structure around it, and those are the basics.
Yeah, and I'll put the number here on Facebook. It's 619-253-7023. I also have the website where you can just learn more and get a visual on the sauna. Yeah, I have a personal sauna too. I don't have your brand because I bought it a couple years ago before I met you guys. But I remember when I was deciding, you kind of picture a sauna like a room or whatever, but really you're going to sauna by yourself like 90% of the time, we just take turns on using our sauna and our family. And it's so nice. I also was like, oh gosh, it's not that much money considering you can have it like for a lifetime, but it's still a big decision. I thought, are we going to use it enough to like justify it? And we use that thing all the time. It's just so relaxing. It's just, it's just a nice way to end the day. Or if you have this model where you can sit and work, that you can just, and probably Bonnie, you just like sitting there a couple hours a day because it just calms you and it just feels good. Right. So I think, a lot of us, like my community is mostly women, we're cold all the time. So we can be somewhere where we're warm for 2 or 4 hours a day. Like it's pretty fantastic. So it's just a different way to think about living, and really a lot of health is about lifestyle. It's not just like about eating certain foods. So I think the sauna is like such an important part of conversation nowadays with what a toxic environment we live in. I really thank you too for coming on and sharing your knowledge. Any last things you want to say that we missed? Sum it up.
I want to share, we've talked a lot about spending a long period of time, and people go, oh, I don't have that much time each day. We don't, but if you do a minimum of 15 minutes every single day, and you're going to sit for at least 15 minutes a day, it's just a chair. So you sit in it for at least 15 minutes, your body will start thinking that improved immune system, improved circulation, parasympathetic, all of that is normal. And you will be so shocked at the difference in your own body. It's night and day. And so, yeah, you can spend longer in it, but you don't have to. Kids can do homework in it. It's beautiful for them for homework. And you watch TV in it, and I do my work in it. And it's just a chair. Just like you said, it's a lifestyle chair that allows your body to do what your body's designed to do, heal itself.
I think one of the things that people really miss by not being able to sit, for a longer period of time is the ability to get rid of inflammation, whether it's in the joints, whether it's caused by arthritis, but specifically inflammation in the internal organs. From the research, and even Dr. Oz said that you do 2 weeks in an infrared sauna, and it'll turn the clock back on your internal organs 20 years just by getting rid of that much inflammation.
Yeah, that's so great. Yeah, it can be great for weight loss, which I know a lot of people think about nowadays too. So there's just a variety of benefits. And yeah, I'm a huge believer. You don't have to be massively sick either. Like I was, but you don't have to be massively sick. You can just be like, I want to just feel more relaxed or prevent disease or, whatever it is. Like, it's just important. I think there's also been a lot of studies about longevity and heart disease and that kind of a thing. So
absolutely correct. All those things are true.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thanks again, guys. We're gonna post all these links, and if you just have questions too, just call. They can call the phone number too for questions, right?
Yeah,
You bet.
absolutely. Anytime.
Okay. Thank you guys again for interrupting your road trip to come on Facebook with me. That's really very sweet of you. And yeah, we'll keep in touch and keep educating. Bye, everybody.
Thanks,
Very good.
Bridgit.
Thank you, Bridget.